They flipped the switch, and we are ending a 36-year cycle. In today's video, I'm going to break down how yesterday Tether flipped the switch. We're going from the old era to the new era. We're ending a 36-year cycle. After February 20th, 2026, you're going to move into the new cycle, and you're going to start to see the disillusionment, the lack of truth start to get exposed. Centralized systems into decentralized systems, healthcare systems treating external health into internal health. As you see, the food pyramid got flipped upside down. Anybody unethical, immoral in finances, religion, healthcare is going to get exposed. You don't have to do anything. What you have to do is get your shit together. So I'm going to break down how they flip the system. I'm also going to show you exactly what I'm doing. And I've warned you guys since 2020 this was coming. And I'm going to tell you what's happening from 26 to 2030. Now, what I'm trying to do is empower you to take sovereignty of your wealth. Stop letting other people manage your money. Learn how the system actually works. Like I said, the key word, this is a 36-year cycle that's coming to an end on February 20th, 2026. You're going to see the emergence of a new system. Your job is to position your family properly. Because the fact is, this cycle will happen over and over again. The only difference is how you respond this time. So buckle up. We're going to dive right in. On the back end of every video, I show you exactly what I'm doing. Before we kick it off, I want to share with you guys, you have 2 days, literally 2 days, 14 hours, and 47 minutes and 46 seconds to get your tickets to the Freedom Conference 2026, live with me, Coach JV, here in Mesa, Arizona, at our facility. The VIP tickets have sold out. I told you guys it was going to sell out. I tell you every single year it sells out super fast. But we have main event tickets that is very intimate as well. It's right here in our studio. We have our own conference center. You'll get to see the whole 3T Warrior Academy facility. This is an amazing conference where we're going to capital DR, cash flow, appreciation, protection, and leverage, and how to de-risk. You get to meet the powerful 3T Warrior Academy team live with me, Coach JB. But if you can't make it in person, guys, this year we're doing a live event for only $199. You can get access to it all over the world, and you'll have access to it after the event for a lifetime. And in regards to having that video, not a lifetime to all the events, but go to down below in the description of this video or my social media platform to get your tickets. You got 2 days left. All right. Excuse me. So let's dive right in. Okay. So what are we talking about? What is this? I keep talking about February 20th, 2020. It's not this like, just listen to what I'm saying here. Okay. You have to listen to me. You have to stop listening to the bullshit price predictions and the hype. I'm just going to be the ones that's going to hit the hard truth, guys. I think you can see that era got crushed. Okay, if you were in crypto from 2020 to 2022, I was part of all this, guys. The hype and the new coins and the meme coins. And if any influencer is coming out and saying there's the next best token, it's not. Trust me, you're the exit liquidity. Okay, if a crypto influencers are promoting a token really hardcore, you got to ask yourself why all of a sudden they're promoting this token. Okay, remember, you're the exit liquidity. Stick with utility. Stick with the top 10. Okay, stick with what you understand, your zone of competency. Okay, the price predictions, guys. Nobody knows what the hell is going to happen. What I do know is there's huge cycles that do happen. What I do know is crypto is going to be your new monetary system. What I do know is blockchain is going to be operating everything after 2030. So we need to lock in, get disciplined, and be able to hold the line for a long enough period of time. But this is what's happening, guys. Picture an old system being completely dismantled and a new system coming in. And everything you're seeing, I hate to tell you guys, all the distractions, the protesting, the chaos, they got you. It's all by design, guys. It's all by design. It's a distraction to keep you drunk in the Coliseum as they bring the Trojan horse in. Okay. World War II and world wars bring in new monetary systems. This time, we're not going into World War III. Okay. It's going to be a peace deal. It's going to be a peaceful environment, but they need the chaos to bring in the new system. Okay. Donald Trump was here to bring the chaos. That's what's happening, guys. It's all by design. It's nothing new under the sun. There's been 500 years. Study Ray Dalio. It's rise and falls of superpowers. It cycles over and over, and it always ends the same. It's the same story every single time. It's just new currency. It's new leadership. And the 1% always remain the 1%. So your job is to find out, how do they do it? Okay. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren. So I want you to think of old era. Okay. Rebuffed on the delay of World Liberty Bank charter over Trump ties. A bank application connected to World Liberty Financial, which is Trump's DeFi platform. Think of the new system. Is it ironic that February 18th, 2026, Donald Trump Jr., WLFI, is having a private meeting, a closed door meeting with the top people in finance, and he said to bring in the new monetary system? Tried to tell you guys, February 20th. Will proceed as normal, according to the Chief of Office of Comp Controllers, the OCC. Is that OCC? Yep. Who rejected requests from U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren to focus special scrutiny on president's potential conflict of interest with the company. Okay, the Massachusetts lawmaker, who is the top Democrat on the Senate Banking Committee, has been scraping with a federal bank regulator and others in Trump's administration over his personal stake in the company, set to be regulated by federal agencies he controls. But the OCC, Jonathan Gold, said Friday that he'll follow the normal course of the application process with the application for World Liberty Trust Bank. She cannot stop the freight train that is coming. And then boom, Bo Hines drops this. USAT, guys. This is where the flip of a switch happened. And I'm not saying, all of a sudden this isn't about price predictions. This was historical that happened yesterday, guys. Okay. USAT is now live. Remember, Tether is the largest stablecoin company in the world. Tether was a foreign company. Bo Hines was the executive director for digital assets. He stepped down all of a sudden, goes out to Tether, brings it into America, USAT, and then boom, they went live yesterday. Okay. It's the digital dollar that moves at internet speed, always one-to-one. Keyword, borderless. Trump told you 9 years ago you're going to be on an even playing field monetarily before you know it.
We are about to go live.
Are you ready?
Green across the board. Copy that. Standing by for terminal count.
It's time.
Send it.
USAT is now live. Your digital dollar, always one-to-one with the US dollar. The dollar that moves at internet speed, just like you do. Send it directly to anyone, anywhere. USAT, the people's digital dollar.
The people's digital dollar, centralized system to decentralized system. WLFI, you become the bank. That's why the banks are panicking right now. That's why the Clarity Act is getting delayed. That's why you're seeing the chaos, the distractions. The old era is dying. The current system is trying to rewire so that the 1% can keep the money flowing. They want to own the system that we're moving into, guys. Every single bank's going to have a stable coin. Your medical records are going to be on a blockchain. Your real estate's going to be on a blockchain. AI technology is going to take over jobs. It's going to operate in blockchain and crypto. Your job is to figure out which blockchains are going to survive, which technologies are going to survive, which digital currencies are going to survive. Stop trying to get rich quick and hold on like a tick on a dog, okay? USAT is now trading on OKX, Genius Act compliant. Genius Act compliant, one-to-one backed by treasuries. I told you Trump trumped everybody with the Genius Act. Even the Russian parliament said, holy crap, they're going to suck everything up into stable coins and a Bitcoin treasury, right? He saved the stable coin market from collapsing. What do stable coins use? U.S. treasuries. Now you have a world currency that anybody can use, and it's one-to-one to the dollar, and it uses short-term treasuries. He trumped everybody. The Genius Act, the Clarity Act, providing clarity for the new era, a 36-year cycle that starts on February 20th, 2026, and goes for another 36 years. Take a deep breath. We got this, guys. Okay, loud and clear. USD1 adoption is in its early stages. I'm a bullish person on WLFI. It's my number 3 holding. Check this out.
Obviously, we finally managed to launch what you and I have been talking about for a minute. I know. Congratulations. We're definitely excited to power Myriad market transaction settlement. Obviously, the prediction market space has been absolutely crazy, but I think, where we're standing with prediction markets in, 2025, beginning of 2026 is the equivalent to, like 2013, 2014 with Coinbase. So prediction markets are only going to continue to grow. We're really excited about the partnership between World Liberty and USD1 and Myriad. And looking forward to settling a ton of transactions for you guys fast and cheap and efficiently.
This is going to be a really good one. I believe we're the first prediction market to adopt stablecoin USD1. It'll be nice to increase that liquidity, better pools, etc. This is just the tip of the iceberg that we announced last week. As you may have seen on the timeline, we're going to have a lot more coming up with USD1 on BNB, etc. So extremely excited to bring USD1 to our...
God, you have to really understand what's happening, guys. You have to understand what's happening. Trump family, the Trump administration, Howard Lutnick, Bo Hines, Steve Witkoff, they are literally creating the new monetary system. They went to the World Economic Forum and they were punking people about globalization. They were punking people about climate. Climate change disappeared, guys. It literally disappeared. What happened? Klaus Schwab stepped down. Larry Fink is the interim leader of the World Economic Forum. #1 holder in Bitcoin. You just have to use logic, guys. I know you're emotional about this, and I know it doesn't feel good because people punked you with these price predictions and it made you feel all this emotion like you're going to be a multimillionaire. We've been training people discipline and consistency. That's the key. We train people on systems, capital DR, cash flow, appreciation, protection, leverage. We train people to celebrate the red, fear the greed. Okay. You gotta lock it. This is the era right now of locking in. Okay. I know this stuff doesn't sell. It doesn't go viral. It's because I'm selling you hard work and discipline. I'm selling you freedom. Freedom comes on the other side of discipline. Update. The fastest growing tokenized asset on Solana is USD1. That's connected to World Liberty Financial, a DeFi bank by World Liberty Financial, up 191% month over month per token terminal. Okay. And we will wrap up with this right here. This is the White House advisor Patrick Witt claims Davos 2026 was a turning point for global crypto normalization. We'll listen to this short clip.
It's a turning point. I think it was recognition that we've entered a new era here. The president obviously spoke about the work that the administration has done to bring crypto into the regulatory framework to normalize it as an asset class, make it part of our financial infrastructure of the future, and also signaled his commitment to continue that work with the passage of the market structure bill and many of the other regulatory actions that we can do cross-agency. My boss, David Sachs over there, I think gave a number of great remarks, recognizing the balance that we're trying to strike between traditional incumbents and the new crypto entrants. And in some ways, they're going to be a symbiosis there. They're going to work together. And in other ways, they're going to compete. But consumers win when there's choice. And we're on the side of innovation. This administration is on the side of innovation, whether it's crypto or any number of other exciting technologies that are rolling out. So I think you saw that healthy tension, but ultimately pointing in the direction of progress over there in Davos.
Okay. They went in Davos and they slapped people around, man. It was wild. I mean, it was wild to watch, right? It was wild to watch the separation of consciousness, the left brain consciousness, the right brain consciousness. But here's the thing that I really, really want to drive home is, guys, you can argue in the streets all day. You can battle against this invisible enemy. This is a cycle that happens in humanity over and over and over again. And when I finally realized this, that no president's coming to save me, nobody's coming out the sky to save me, that it's my discipline, my consistency, my system, feeding it, planting the seeds, tilling the ground, that eventually, if I'm disciplined and consistent for a long enough period of time, the cycle will play itself out. At some point, I knew that my XRP would be life-changing. It was life-changing for me when Trump got elected. I was made fun of at 17 cents. I was made fun of at 50 cents for XRP. I was made fun of it as it went up, and I was made fun of when I exited 10% of 50% of my portfolio by using Merlin's smartest way to track your crypto. I got ridiculed because I pulled profits. Well, I looked like a genius when it collapsed on 10/10/2025 because I bought everybody's XRP that was calling me a fool. But why do I bring that up? Not to be an asshole, but to be direct, to share with you the system has always been the system. And like I said, 2026 is the era of me just saying what's in my head and putting it out here and letting you know how I feel, because you're getting played. 100% getting played. And the only way to stop getting played is to take sovereignty of your wealth, take sovereignty of your health, take sovereignty of your mind. And it's going to take discipline. And head of household men, I'm talking to you. You should be spiritually lined up, physically lined up, and financially lined up. Stop relying on another man for your retirement and hoping that you're going to retire. Do you even know what your financial retirement number is? Do you even know how much you need for retirement? Do you have a plan? Or are you just waiting for the 401k, the pension, the old era, the 60-40 split? That's dead. It's not going to work in the new era. 60-40, 60% stocks, 40% bonds. Bonds, the bond market is safety. That's the bottom of the risk pyramid. Think about it. They just flipped the food pyramid. They should be flipping the financial, the risk pyramid, right? They should put bonds. The bond market is destroyed, guys. And that's safety. The feds print money out of thin air and sell us debt. That's safety? No. Safety is assets that beat inflation. Safety is taking your income, which is debt, and you have to keep trading labor for, and turn it into cash flow. Whether that's through dividend stocks, businesses, whatever it is. And then you take that cash flow, capital DR, and you put it into assets. Hey, I don't care what assets you use. You can use gold, you can use silver, you can use copper, you can use XRP, you can use Bitcoin, you can use NVIDIA, whatever you believe is going to beat inflation in your zone of competency. That's offense, okay? The ones I mentioned like XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, WLFI, those are my top ones, my top four. In order, XRP, Bitcoin, WFI, and Solana is my top four, and that's all I'm accumulating right now. I have many others, but that's all I'm accumulating. There's no reason to go deep. There's no new crypto coming out that's going to save everybody. Okay, I'm sticking with the top four for me, and I'm going lean and mean and stuffing as much as I can in those. Okay. Then I got my stocks. I got ABTC. I got XXI, and I got my dividend stocks, right? I like to operate in high risk, high return. I de-risk out right into Bitcoin and XRP. Every time I get paid for my dividends, boom, I buy Bitcoin and XRP. Every day I wake up, I dollar cost average into XRP and Bitcoin. Every day my family's getting wealthier. Every single money we're buying cash flow and we're buying more assets. Okay. And then when the assets go up, and I don't care when they go up, I just use my Merlin. I use my exit targets here, guys. So we got here, this is our demo account here. I click here. It calmly tells me when to exit. So it sends me an alert. Hey, JV, you're getting close. The XRP is shooting up to $5. Hey, you're getting close. So this one right here, this is a demo account. $3.70 on this account. So all of a sudden, JV, you're almost $3.70. I calmly go and I exit, and I go to P, protection. I use cash value life insurance. First step. Then I take 10% of the profit and I put it into more dividends to do what? To richest man in Babylon, create more cash flow. I'll buy more silver. I'm going to buy more copper. I'm going to buy more Berkshire. And then what I do is I wait calmly. When the markets come collapsing down like 10, 20, 25, we leverage. That's where we leverage on the right side, on the proper side. And then we buy fear. And then when it goes back up, we sell greed and we pay off the debt. Now we have free assets. That's capital DR. DR is de-risk, de-risk, de-risk. Okay. So this is really, really important to understand. You don't need the next best crypto. You need a system. You need to be disciplined. You need a budget. You need to understand what's going into your account and out of your account. Okay. And then once you set the system, you feed it. You stop watching the markets. You stop, watching the news, and you dial in. Your time will come. Your time will come. But if you're waiting for a price prediction, or you're waiting for a date, you're waiting for, Q to drop, or you're waiting for Nassar to come wipe out your debt, you're screwed. I'm telling you, you're screwed. I'm just being honest with you. I know I'm losing followers by saying this, and I'm okay. You're screwed. I've tried to tell you guys from 2021, like when I finally figured this stuff out going into 2022, I'm like, wait a minute. You guys can download Merlin 30 days for free down below. We teach you how to do an exit strategy down in the description of my video or my social media platform. But when I started to realize, this is real talk right here. when I started to realize that, after the election of, 2020, whatever, all this stuff happened, we thought Trump was going to jump out of the bushes and arrest Hillary Clinton, blah, blah, blah. And it was like QAnon was going to do this. And, people kept convincing me the next date and going down these rabbit holes. Nassar was going to wipe out our debt in 2021, then 2022 and 2023. Guys, you're still buried in debt. Nobody came to save you. Nobody wiped out your debt. The price predictions didn't hit. But here's the cool part about this is that era is dead. It's dead. Blind leadership is dead. The hype and hopium is dead. Truth is emerging. Truth is emerging. So if people, brokerages, financial places, banking systems, religious leaders, spiritual leaders, government officials, anybody doing unethical, immoral things, the seeds they planted are going to come to fruition. After February 20th, it's going to start to really emerge itself. And it's going to look very, very, very chaotic. That's why I say become a warrior in a garden versus a gardener in a war. Dial in. Put your blinders on. Get a fitness program going. Learn self-defense. Not a defense against anybody else, but as a man in the head of your household, you should be able to defend your family. Right? A warrior in a garden in their four walls has a spiritual walk, has a budget, is leading their family spiritually, physically, and financially. And they don't rely on other men and women for their freedom. They rely on their own discipline, their own consistency. So if you're still here, comment warrior down below. I love you guys very, very much. If you need any support at all, down below in the description of my video, you can join my Capel DR program. We are educators. We do not invest people's money. We don't have a brokerage. We teach you how to take sovereignty and educate you on financial literacy and how the system actually works and how to feed the Capel DR system. It's not an investment. It is a system that teaches you how to beat macro and microeconomics and beat inflation. Okay. It's like going to school, guys. We got to rewire the system. And my mission, my sole mission in life, I have a huge project coming out. My sole mission in life is to rewire the minds of people around financial literacy, the adults, and then we're going to go bring it down to the younger generation to help the future. That's the goal. My goal is to teach people what money is, what's the difference between income and cash flow, teach them how to create cash flow, teach them how to beat inflation. I don't care what assets you buy, but you got to beat inflation. To be able to empower yourself to make decisions and not sit there and wait for somebody in 30 years and hope that you can retire. And they say, oh, I got you at $1 million. I got you 8% interest. That's $80,000 a year. You can't even survive on that. You worked your whole life to have to downsize. You worked your whole life to get $80,000 a year. When the elites. So think about this, guys. 36 years ago, this cycle that's ending, 36 years ago, money completely started to come. It's like in the 88 to 90, right? Everything started to decouple. The investors who took their fake currency, cash, and put it into investments became really wealthy. And us middle-class people that put our money into debt, homes, credit cards, our income didn't increase. We actually lost our buying power because the dollar deflated. We got buried in debt. Now we have $1 trillion in credit card debt. We have $38 trillion in governmental and personal debt. We're at 120% debt to income ratio, but the wealthy became extremely wealthy. And guess what? That's going to get even worse from 2026 to 2030. So this is your opportunity to draw a line in the sand, become more committed to the pain of change, and working to rewire the brain. That is the only way you're going to do this. And I know I'm not selling you something, get rich quick. I'm selling you discipline. I'm selling you consistency. But I'm telling you, I did it. It was uncomfortable. I was told I've changed so much, and I have. I had people that bailed on me. I had people that didn't believe in me. I had people that made fun of me. But I never, ever stopped. And I won't stop. I will continue to dial in. I'll continue to become more disciplined spiritually, physically, and financially. And I don't give a shit what anybody else is doing. I mind my business. I stay in my lane and I focus on what matters. God, family, and protection of my ecosystem at all cost. I love you guys. Warriors, rise, get your shit together.